Good morning, and good morning to everyone, and welcome back to the EMC. We only have one day, but don't mind, we're going to make the best of this here. This morning we were very delayed because we had a lot of heavy rains a little while ago, and a lot of gusting winds and stuff. I've been to a couple of different locations, trying to find the best, so right now, I'm just leaving it in God's hands. You know how it is already. We continue to pray with serenity prayer, and that means that we leave things in God's hands that we have no control over. So whatever He does today, it will be done best for us all. Good morning to you all. I know I just saw someone's name pop up here that will know this beach very well. This is their family reunion beach. And as far as I remember, the first time they ever watched one of the live vlogs was at this beach with us. So here are some memories for you. Everyone on board this morning, good morning to you all. It's a beautiful day in Barbados. As you all can see, it does actually rain in St. Philip. The cloud structures today and the layers are just stunning. I'm hoping, I'm seeing a lot of rain spouts and stuff here in the distance. The area that the wind's coming from, so I hope we don't get any interruptions of rain, but if we do, well, again, it's out of our control. We did the best we could this morning. We made the plans have to change at the last minute, and that's what we did today for sure. Let's say our serenity prayer, please, from right here, and then we can start our walk off this morning. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. But as I said before, good morning to you all. Now, this is a cliff that runs parallel to the actual coastline itself up in Belair in St. Philip. And as you can see, there is definitely a wide separation between the inner cliff and the outer cliff. But there is grass, and there is soil, and there is bush that grows in this area. Okay, yeah, grape trees as well. So you can see that it is actually an area that water used to run through years ago. And I would imagine if we had a very, very big swell or something, it may come down through here as well. A long time ago, we used to be able to walk down through this valley when we used to stay up at Belair House. We used to stay with some friends that were staying there. The farmer family, good morning to you all if you're on board this morning. Always in my heart, always in my memories. We used to walk down this section here in the ravine between these two cliffs, walk onto sand here, and then walk out onto this beach. So things have changed a lot. It is coming on to summer now. When we were here earlier in the year, there was no sand in that section there at all, so it is building and it is coming back in. Everyone knows at this time of the year, we've been through it a lot of times, if you're not aware, at this time of the year is the beach building time. And as you can see, there's really no fresh sargassum on that beach whatsoever, which allows us to see this beach finally in its beautiful condition. You won't find it much better than this here already. You will always find a little bit of sargassum, a little bit of weed, a little bit of moss that comes up on the beach, and that's because the angle it's facing. So, you know, the outer reef that you're seeing the waves breaking on and stuff, a lot of moss and seaweed and stuff gets dislodged from there and sea fans and washed in on this beach. So here, the crane, shanty, ginger bay, all of those will have the same thing throughout most of the year. Crane being a little bit better off because they clean the beach all the time, but here is natural. Just to give you an indication where we are, the house just there on the cliff is just on the point of where it goes into what we have been to, and did a live video, sorry, not a live video, a high-res video the other day of Shanty and Ginger Bay. Now you'll see the point that protrudes out there, that is actually a rock, and then beyond that you will see the crane beach. That is the second crane beach, not the one with the hotel that you see in distance, but the second one that we saw all of the remains of those ice boats that were damaged and stuff out here, or destroyed out here I should say, not damaged, beyond damage. Beautiful natural beach. For those of you that want to know where this is, if you're coming from the crane, you pass the Ginger Bay, you take your right turn if you're coming from Bridgetown, going to the long straight of Sam Lord's Castle. The entrance I would say is about halfway up, about halfway up, correct, for this one here, about halfway up into an area called Belair. It's clearly marked for you. And then you will come into the area that will carry you to Long Bay. Alright, we're going to take a walk up here. Beautiful area, but as you can appreciate, I'm keeping my eyes on the cliff. I'm not looking off. Very rough terrain and stuff, so you know me, always err on the side of caution. Don't mind some of y'all think I do not, I always do. Very narrow section here. You can see a lot of main cracks in this superstructure, so you would appreciate that in a matter of time, this section that I'm standing on now will be gone for sure. You can see some rocks that have fallen off in the past, or some cliff areas that have fallen off in the past. They're just right there, as you can see the tops of them. So this is what's going to happen all along the coastline. Now this, and I say in the future, it could be 20 years, it could be 100 years, it could be 200 years, but you can definitely see the main cracks, especially in that one we were just looking at. It's a really nice little section here. Actually, it gives you a feel as though, you know, you're somewhere different. If the sea was to come through here, this would probably be the biggest island off of Barbados. It would definitely take over from Culpeper Island for sure. But as you can see, it doesn't anymore. But you can definitely see when it was rising and stuff, all of the weaker matter was eaten out. We see that all over the island. You can see all the coral heads that have been left behind, and all around them have been eaten clear of any kind of weaker matter that would have been up here before. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. We don't have a brilliant sunrise this morning. My friend is complaining bitterly, but don't mind. I know that he will make up for it because he's somewhat like me. If you fail at something today, tomorrow you'll try it again, so long as you have the blessings to get through. You'll get through. So if he gets the sun next week, he'll be out in his glory one more time. Not too sure, you may get a glimpse of him today. We'll wait and see. I've noticed a few people have been mentioning they've been having some censorship on Facebook. I'm not too sure what it's about. I haven't really read all the Facebook rules and regulations, so I'm not really too sure, but I know some comments have been removed. I don't know if people actually realize the content of what we're doing, or if they just look at an individual comment and say, well, that may be you know, offensive. But if they just look at what we actually do and the content of our entire package, then they would realize that that's just in the humor and the friendliness and the compassion and the kindness that we share with each other. Obviously there's going to be some humor involved in it. We all laugh. That's what we believe is the best medicine. Everybody knows laughter is the best medicine for sure. Again, our location today has been affected by the conditions. This morning did all my usual weather checks. Satellite shot looked good. Looked only like hazy cloud. The winds were supposed to be 6 to 7 miles an hour. They're definitely gusting a little heavier than that. No rain supposedly falling. And then on top of that, we're supposed to be having sunny skies. But this is not how it is right now. But you know what? We need the rain, so we're not going to complain. Because every day we say we need rain. And then when we get rain, if we're going to complain, that doesn't really help at all. So we're just going to enjoy this beauty today as it is, natural and beautiful. The cloud formations are just gorgeous this morning. All different types of casts and stuff as the sun is beginning to at different areas on it. So you're actually seeing the layers more beautifully than normal. It's just beautiful, beautiful this morning. Give me a little bit of a sky look this morning, not just on the surface that we're walking on or on the beaches, but also a nice sky look so you can appreciate how it feels here in Barbados right now. It is so peaceful and so lovely. I walked across in front of these homes just now. I saw a toy that was on the deck. I said, ah boy, that was a big dog. That definitely ain't a chihuahua. But I didn't hear any barking, but as I got by it was barking. So I know for sure when we're on the way back up now that we will be having some encounters with some barks. So get ready. I'm sure that that dog will outdo me for the size of that toy. Alright, these steps down here deteriorated somewhat over the years. Still used often. A lot of people do come out here and sit on the bench that's in the distance. We've done a little vlog from up there before. I'm not going to go up there because I want to actually stay on the coast a little bit as we're walking up. See how it goes. But if you're coming up here, when you park at the end of the dead end road here, there's a dead end that goes out to the Belair house itself. You can park in the street there. Just be careful how you park. Remember, it's a residential area, so please bear in mind that these people that are staying here or that are leased here, rented here, want to be able to access their properties comfortably. So just be wary of how you park. You know, always be kind to those that you're around. All right, so the steps, as I mentioned, have broken away quite a bit. For the person that is not steady on the foot, I really wouldn't recommend this here because it not only is it steps, but it's also you have to pick your path very well. You know, so you have to be very, very careful of what you're doing. I'm going to focus up and I'm going to take my time going down here, looking for the best route down. That was pretty easy, not a big thing. Beautiful, beautiful section down in here, just to show you how it runs right through to the other beach. Just gorgeous. I actually like where this house is located. It's old, this house is just a shell now. I have always loved this area. If I had some money to invest, I don't know, this has been here for that long, it might be asking such a big price for it, or maybe people just don't want to sell it, but I would love a property here. It's set back far enough when you see that you wouldn't get the pounding and the sea spray that will be coming off the cliffs, because as you can see there's an outer cliff here. And this is a beach called Deborah Beach. Now I know there's a Deborah on here that I think is flying into Barbados today again. Remember how I like my coffee, so get ready for me. I'll be coming by you all guys when you land. And after you all have cleared and everything, well, there's really no clearance now, but after you've landed and stuff, I'll be seeing you off for a cup of coffee. Thank you very much for the invitation already. Notice the invitation was from me to myself. So anyhow, I am showing you your beach. This is Deborah Beach. So for Deborah Beach today, I'll be coming by you for a cup of coffee. How does that sound? That sounds perfect. All right, we're gonna have some noisy dogs, as I said, as we make our way from here. Just want to also show you where we were from the land side, so you can get a feeling for what we were experiencing just now. All right, that is where we were on the peak just now. A little bit beyond where you can see, because where that rises is not the actual section we were on. We're just a little bit beyond that. And then we've worked our way across the cliff. You can see all the white PVC tubing. Very, very good area for fishing, I'm sure. It's beautiful out here. Last time we were here, these beaches were full of sargassum. As I said before, this is how you'll find it. This is not a clean beach. I say that it doesn't have any workforce that comes here and moves the seaweed. So you will find this here when you come up here. Expect that. That is the beauty of the southeast section. Very natural, not commercial in this area. Very commercial further on where the huge sandlords cast is going up. But we'll see those cliffs, and we'll see the cliffs in distance, but we will see the cranes for sure. All right, I'm gonna keep quiet as I walk past these first two sections here, and that's because there is a big dog. And I'm not frightened for the dog because, you know, I'm the dog charmer, but I don't want to have a lot of noise and disturbing neighbors who may still be sleeping. Remember, they wake up every morning and see this vision. They don't have to get up this morning to see a sunrise. They can do so any day of the week. So we can give them their peace as much as possible. If their dogs are noisy because they see someone passing, well, that's beyond my control. You know, I am trying to give them the best morning that they can possibly have. Is that not beautiful, those water spouts? Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, here we go. Silence, biting of the tongue. Let me get rid of my energy on my top. Okay, here we go. As you all have seen just now, the big rope toy there, that was not to pull a car. That was obviously a big dog that's playing with that one there. Hopefully we don't keep any noise here and break up these people. Just beautiful views looking behind us as well. Don't just want to walk forward. You know how we are. We like to show you all around the place. 360s where we can, 180s where we must. Just beautiful, beautiful place up here. Infinity pool just behind the railing here. I guess the railing unfortunately defeats the purpose a little bit of an infinity pool. But you know, everyone wants to secure their property and market. Just beautiful. Now it's got to be a very commercial place because it says here the pool is not supervised, etc, etc. You can see the caution sign there, so this must be rented out. And when it's rented out, I guess maybe to one family or whatever, but they do warn about not going in unless you're accompanied with an adult and stuff. Not something you would normally find on a rental property really, unless it is a commercial rental property where there are numerous people staying or numerous families. It is just beautiful up here. Stunning, stunning views. Lovely cliff line. I love this section of the island. I really do love the southeast a lot. I like all of the island, man. I don't really know why I'm telling you that. I love every part of this island, but the southeastern section has its charm that you will not find anywhere else on this island, and that is for sure. Just like the west has its own, south, also north. Everywhere is so different. You know, you can come to Barbados, and you know, if you were to come here, you'd never been before, and I told you, hop in a scarab on this blindfold, and I drove you to a location, and I said, all right, where are we now? You could tell exactly which coastline you're on because of the kind of cliffs, seafront areas, sounds of the water, etc, etc. It's just that way, but it's so different all over. It's not that you would be stumped to say, Well, let me see. Could this be the west coast or the southeast? No. Everything is very, very obvious up here on the coastlines all around this island. It's beautiful. So this morning, as I said, we came out blasting, saying I was going to have a brilliant sunshine morning. Brought my friend along with me. He's somewhere around. I know he's hiding. He doesn't like the rain, so he's hiding somewhere. But he may come out a little later on. But we came prepared to have a brilliant sunrise morning. But we've seen a brilliant, beautiful, magnificent, overcast morning. Still beautiful, still Barbados, still gorgeous, and we're still breathing fresh air. Now this morning, there's no heaviness in the air at all. You can see quite clearly from the horizon, there's really no haze around at this present moment. There is a high haze warning in effect. However, as you can see quite at this moment, it is very, very clear. You can see out the horizon, there's no misting or fogging that we've seen over the last 2 days. We can look right down the coastline here at the Crane Beach and Crane Beach Hotel and see that clearly, and right over the island actually. It's just a beautiful, beautiful day in the island. Yesterday I had an off day, as you all know. Now all I did was, I went up to my favorite beach in the world. I actually started a video, I was going to give you all a 4K video, and I said, you know what, not at all. Shut down, put it off, and I just walked the beach a little bit, spoke to some friends that are members of the EMC and some other people that I meet on the beach. Spent a little while there, did 20 minutes of a power float. If you are not sure what the power float is, you can always find it on YouTube. If not, I will give it to you all later on. It is an art. It is a very, very carefully thought of, prepared and trained art. You do absolutely nothing in your scientifically and meticulously created power float noodle, and you just drift with the current. And yesterday I could have drifted probably for an hour and a half in the St. Lawrence Lagoon because there was no current and the winds were very light at that time. Beautiful, beautiful day. Now this house here is the host for many weddings, many big functions. This is the Belair Great House. Now when I was young, in my teens, I spent quite a bit of time here with the farmer family. I just mentioned them earlier on, so I just want to show you where it was. At that time, it was not a commercial property as it is now. Now you can have your weddings, your receptions, all types of functions here, or just stay here in general. You can always Google it online, have a look at that and see what it offers to you. We had done this cliff before, but we did it going westward. So this morning we've actually reversed our direction. I will let you know that the signal up by Shark Hole is terrible. I mean, it is really, really bad. Actually, it's non-existent in 1 or 2 areas that I went to this morning. So my intention of taking you all for a swim this morning has unfortunately been delayed for another day. Can't get any live video up there whatsoever, but what we will do is have a look at it because it's coming into low tide now. Actually low tide was just after 5 o'clock this morning, so it's on probably lowest period right now, and I will take you up there and let you have a look at it from the cliffside as well. A lot of people know Shark Hole. We'll talk a little bit more about when we get there, but always remember, what looks beautiful sometimes carries dangers with it. I'll explain that a little bit more to you when we get in that location. A lot of development still going on in this area. I've noticed a lot of vacant plots. When I say vacant, they're fenced off or bouldered off to mark their properties. We will be going across one possibly later on. I went across one this morning. Wow, check this high-tech stuff here. 2 rods in one setup. Now, these guys again super creative, as you can see. They ain't making a sport at all. That is why you gotta call genius at work. Fisherman's art. Is this not just beautiful? All right, what I'm gonna do is for a couple of, until my mouth says it's time to talk, Nick, I'm gonna share with you just a little walk so you can hear the sounds of the wind, the sea hitting on the cliffs, which is very gentle this morning, and just enjoy this beauty and peace with me. Here we go. Those footsteps you hear are not mine, they're yours. So when you're walking, you're going to hear your feet as well. Okay, it's a little bit muddy, so normally I would carry you right on the cliff. I'll take you there and let you have a look at it, but we're not going to walk around this edge. We're going to make our way back here and make our way over the land section a little bit. Let's see how bad it is. If it's not too bad, I will do it again today. Just got a lot of mud on my shoes, so nah, you should be fine. I called my sister from up in the east this morning, or messaged her, let her know I was in her area. So I was hoping that she would have got up and come out here and see me, but she may not even know where I am. Don't mind, she lives in St. Philip. So, oh boy, that's too funny. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to take you on this point here and let you look back up into these coves. Just splendid views, just beautiful. I'll tell you, I am so blessed to be awarded vision, strength, life, hearing, taste, everything, because right now all of my senses are in full force. Out here is just spectacular. It is beautiful, it is breathtaking, it is gorgeous, but most of all, what is it? Stunning. Right there you have a good look down in all the little coves now and stuff that run between here and the crane. You can actually see a part of the crane beach itself coming into play, but the second crane beach is very visible there, as you can see. Just beautiful, beautiful coastline. Again, if you have the opportunity to do this type of hiking, I would definitely recommend it. It's not the kind of stuff that we have been on in some areas, but the beauty of this cliff and of this sea breeze coming in off of this ocean here is like nowhere else, and that's the truth. I will tell you, anywhere you can go that you've seen us go on our vlogs, take the opportunity and go, because that's what I call the beauty of Barbados through my eyes. I'm not going to take you to somewhere that I don't think is beautiful. You may not think it's beautiful, but I think it's beautiful. I'm going to bring it to you, and hopefully you're seeing some new spots that you'll be able to come out here and enjoy when you come to Barbados. Remember your hikers. Remember, if you're not able to do all this strenuous stuff, there are a lot of easier hikes that you can go on. There are a lot of gardens you can go and sit in. All you have to do is make it to a bench, sit down and relax and take any peace and beauty. So Barbados doesn't have to be spent on beaches and in long chairs only. As I said before, whatever you come here for, that is the most important thing. If your preference is to come here and lie on the beach all day long, get some serious sunburn and stuff, so you can go back home and show your friends all your beautiful tans, so be it. I live on this island. I don't go and lie down in the sun. I could do it. I used to do it a long time ago, but I like to go around and check everything out. And also, I like the mornings, man. The mornings are the blessings for me. If you find me at a beach at 12 o'clock, I sit in the shade. I'm not going in the sun. So, my poor old skin, taking enough licks already from that. Just moving a little bit inward here because, it's a lot of rough stuff out there. So, took a little diversion, a little off of the actual coast. We're getting back to it now, though. You can see all of the well-walked paths along this cliff. It's not just somewhere that is out in the middle of nowhere and it's not being explored. The fishermen and also the residents in the St. Philip area would walk here regularly. You can see it's well worn. Even some of the coral itself has worn sections. Some people put some rocks in between smaller. Oh, there you go. That's an interesting one. Some rocks in between small little crevices and creases to keep you upright, which I almost did not do just now. But as you all know already, I am trained. I'm an Olympic trained athlete. Yes, I had to come into it somewhere because I can't go through all the training all my life and perfecting all the arts and have all those gold medals and cups and stuff hanging all over the place and no mention them. So this is called the art of cliff walking. Very, very, very meticulous thing. You have to be very careful of what you're doing. The silver medal owner, well, he's not here today, but remember, he's silver, so don't give him too much praise. He's behind me all the time, or most of the time. If he does get in front, boy, does he show off. Beautiful properties up here, just beautiful. Big ones, small ones, just lovely. You will see them all looking weathered though, unless they're being painted recently, because anything metal up here rusts. I don't mind what you do, it will always rust up here. You will find wood that gets saturated with the sea spray and stuff that rots as well. So anytime you're living on this side of the island, you gotta be prepared for ongoing maintenance. Actually, that pretty much goes for anywhere in the island, because if you leave your home for too long here, the disrepairs and the cost of it is through the roof. You know, so a lot of people here carry out general maintenance. When it comes around to Christmas, you'll see all the hardware stores, people going in and buying paint, because Christmas time is the time to beautify your home. That's when your family comes from overseas to spend time with you. That's when your family on the island moves from house to house to celebrate the Christmas festivities. So everyone paints up for Christmas time. You all call it spring cleaning, we call it Christmas preparing. I see my cousin on here this morning. I hope she remembers how to cook vegan Christmas meals. So I'm just going to remind you, Vicky, I'm going to call your name loud, loud, loud. Hope you get all your recipes and menus ready for me. Because you know I spend Christmas with you all guys, so that is a foregone thing. And again, I'm extending my own invitation. So, I'm not shy. I may be a soft heart person, but I really ain't too shy. It depends on the mood I'm in. Because sometimes be pretty quiet. I do sleep. So, beautiful areas again. Another little cove here that we did not see much sand on last time we were here, but we did talk about how the sand tends to move back in on all the beaches. So it's a beautiful little cove here. There are really no steps down to it, but there is a facility here that does rentals and also has festivities. Again, as you can see, it needs to have some repairs going on it, but that's what happens when you live on this side of the island. This side of the island is brutal. Lovely little beach. Remember, this is low tide though, so high tide, most of that will be underwater, or the water will be coming right up and hitting all the cliff areas for sure. I don't know what happened this morning, but I delayed it. Yet when I came up, I saw the slingers all in line, making sure they got themselves on the steps this morning. Not gonna call how it went because you know, already Facebook determines that, not me. Sometimes you see a person's picture, a profile picture pop up, and they don't see a comment from them for way down. It doesn't mean that they're commenting, it just means they've come online. So I don't make those calls. That call is made by Facebook. So if you're coming over here, I would definitely recommend 4x4s. I have seen people walk across here in flip-flops. Definitely would not recommend that at all. First of all, not strong enough under your foot. You know, if you step on a very sharp piece of coral, it will come through it. It will also cut you all around your sides, your ankles and stuff. You step down in one of these holes here, you will know about it. Your heel will get destroyed. All the side of your arches will get destroyed. So I would recommend 4x4s or something very sturdy, 2x2s. You know what I mean? I say if you're going to put on big shoes, put on your big shoes and done. Just put on the extra 4x4 pair and you'll be good to go. Just beautiful. To show you where we're coming from, you know where we're going, you can see that quite clearly. We are now around the corner. You will not see the crane and stuff come into view at all now, because we have gone around into one of the coves. They will come back in view in a couple of seconds. Not as clear as we've seen it, but you will see them. I'm going to stop this vlog today when we get a shark hole. So I don't know how long it's going to take. Shouldn't take too long, but closer to the 50 minutes or so. Got to keep reminding myself I started late, so the time I'm looking at now doesn't really reflect what time we would normally be at this time. Just beautiful. We have been blessed with no more rain right now. The rain seems to be quite a bit offshore. I do see something out there floating. It looks like it could be a buoy. Maybe it's marking a fish pot or something. I would say maybe 300 yards offshore, 350 yards offshore possibly. Again, just rough guesses, you know, haven't measured it, so, but it looks about that to me. I don't know if you all can pick it up. It looks like something floating, but it's actually stationary. I have seen it there for a little while. It's just in the center of the screen now. Fish pots, very popular way of fishing here on the island. They're dropped overboard just on the side of the actual reef itself. Some of them are dropped on the reef. Some of the guys dive them, as in dive them and take out the fish. Some of the guys pull them, but most guys pull them now. Trammel net diving also very popular here. That's something I used to do years ago. When you're scuba diving, you would drop your net. It's usually like 150 meters of net over a big bar offshore, and then you would dive it morning and afternoon and take out the fish. I remember many times waking up, going out early in the morning, leaving home at 4 o'clock with my friends, and we go up to Long Beach and off of the Fathom and stuff, and we will find some huge holes in the nets. Now the huge holes usually represented kingfish that hit it with their shark bill burst right through it, and then you would have, or swordfish, and then you would have the ones that would tangle up in it. It's this big ball of net, and you would know that you have a hammerhead or you have a shark in it, because they hit the net, they tangle themselves up, they roll themselves up, they can't swim, and obviously they die from suffocate themselves. I don't know about if you know, but sharks do have to swim to create their oxygen. If they don't, they die. Just beautiful, beautiful cliffs. Now, we've talked about the cliffs falling off in sections. This is another one here I just want to show you. It's a good point right to show you what happens. Now you can see where here is actually sheared away. It's just straight down. It's not at an angle or no big cuts here. So I don't know when this had fallen. This could be many years ago. Could be in recent. Not too sure. Alright, we're approaching Shark Hole. Now, Shark Hole is a beautiful, beautiful location here on the island. However, it is extremely dangerous. This is a really good point to show you it from. The outer reef, you see a lot of people are in there, and they would obviously be very knowledgeable from the St. Philip area. And the tide right now is low, and there's really no big set of water coming in because these swells are small. But what would happen is the water comes over that reef that you're seeing there, that reef bar itself, and there's also a little channel in the above section on the cliff, comes over there, and then the only way back out is through the mouth, which is here on our side. So if you're swimming in there and innocently swimming without studying it, you can have some big surf comes over that reef section there, and then inside you have the big force pulling you out, and you can find yourselves being pulled along this cliff. Now, you have walked this cliff with me just now, so you know if you find yourself in those difficulties, you're going into that bay just below here where there's really no way out of it, or you got to go right down into Deborah Bay or right down into Beachy Head. So you don't want to be messing on the outside of these cliffs, so, and you don't want to be messing in this ocean. So air of caution, please. If you're coming here and you see some locals in the water and stuff, majority of them will know what they're doing. Remember, we also have locals here that might be visiting for the first time, visiting this section of the island for the first time, or they may not go in to see too often and they decide to come in and see. So don't get fooled by that. Make sure that when you're out here, you see experienced people, and if you see there's no one in the water, look around, because there's probably a reason for it. Very popular spot. It's one of the preferred swimming areas, especially for the older generation, because it is quite sheltered. So you find them up here, especially on the morning. I have never found up here without people on the morning at sunrise. Never. I've tried quite a few times. Unfortunately as well, a lot of people up here are very conscious about cameras and stuff. So, you know, I'd be very careful not to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Just let you see the kind of things you're walking over. This is what we were walking on today. It's very, very sharp, very, very unforgiving. If you make a misstep out here and your foot slips off of the coral side and you sit down, your ankles, your heels are in trouble. So just be careful when you come out here. They say all the time, walking cliffs in Barbados, you want to have protective gear. They may look easy going, you may see someone walk across in barefoot. That's fine, leave that for that person. But I would recommend definitely wearing some good strong hikers when you're coming to Barbados, for sure, if you're walking the cliffs like this. Here, the east, southeast side, the northeast side, anywhere around by North Point, anywhere like that, definitely wear your hikers. Don't fool around with you know, soft shoes and little shoes that you would step on to go to the beach and walk around. They're not going to work for you. Lots of properties out here, although people are not actually living in them, are all surrounded by their fences and stuff, just to make sure to indicate the privacy of it. Now the fence here and the one, the property above, looks the same to me, so I would assume they probably purchased both properties but only built on one at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Up here there are very few places to swim. There's an inner bay just up by Sam Lord's Castle, just on the inside of it, sheltered. A little reef that rises out of the water, maybe about 10 yards offshore. You can swim in, or you can have Shark Hole. Otherwise that, you're going to have to, well, you can swim at Sam Lord's Castle as well too, but Sam Lord's Castle you have to appreciate very rough sea conditions, very challenging for a person who is not familiar with tides and currents. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I would recommend when you come up here, you take a little time out, because you're going to want to sit on this bench for a few minutes and absorb everything that's going on. Just amazing views. Simply stunning. I love the type of wood as well. It's very weathered. We had talked about just now how the wood gets extremely weathered. You can see how weathered this is. It is very strong wood. But yeah, it takes a licking up here. You see spray is always on it, so it will keep it moist with salt water most of the time. When there are big swells up here will get coated with water that comes off of the cliffs. Not just the spray, but big sets of water will come off the cliff from the breaking waves on the cliff. It's beautiful out here. I can't believe that I'm off tomorrow again. That's great. I'm only kidding. I miss you all yesterday so terribly. I had to start the morning with a photo, as you all saw. You know, that's what happens. I'm just so accustomed to having the family with me in the morning. The first thing I woke up was I thought of you all guys. I did sleep a little late, so it got up about 6:05. I did actually get a little chance to rest in. My usual alarm goes off anywhere around 3:15. Sometimes I hit it for 15 minutes, snooze to 3:30, but that's the time I get up in the morning. Our day starts on the road, leave home at 5 o'clock. I usually get to the locations between 20 past and 5:30. If I'm down the extreme north of the island, 25 to 6. But I have a lot of time that I take for myself and just absorb and digest the beauty and give thanks and gratitude for everything that I have. Right, so this is the mouth that will go out of Shark Hole itself. There's no way of getting up on this cliff. So if you get caught in the current that comes around this point here, you are going right down that coastline. And now, right now, the water is very still. All it's doing really is just moving around in this general area, and that's because there's low tide and there's really no water that's coming over that reef on the outside, as you can clearly see. And what is coming in is very gentle as well. But when you get a big swell up here, this is like a rip current that runs through here. So if you hit anywhere from waist deep to chest deep, you're looking at serious trouble because you could easily get pulled off. Now the thing is, if you're a person that's paying attention and you feel the currents, you'll make your way in. You can do that, it's sand bottom. However, if you're a person that gets taken in by the beauty that surrounds you and all the naturalness of the island and just being here and just trancing out on your vacation in Barbados, you can quite comfortably get caught up in some currents and not realize it. So please be cautious. All right, as I mentioned before, a lot of people are not too comfortable with cameras. I will feel it out and see what kind of response I get before I put it on them. Hopefully it will give me a good morning and stuff that I can greet you all. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Yeah, everyone's just enjoying their morning, having a lovely swim. These are obviously friends of years and years gone by. You can see the age group and stuff. How are y'all guys going? Good morning to the world, everyone. All right, thanks very much, man. Great to see you all guys. Thank you. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Everybody's just so happy and joyous. You know, we're seeing life another day. We've come to say hello to friends. Now, my intentions was to go down this beach here and do the broadcast to you from any water. But as soon as I hit that cliff there, where we see that shoe on the cliff, we lose all signal, not partial signal, all signal. So I'm going to step back a little bit, look for a little better signal that we can finish off our morning. But just look at how beautiful this place is. This is Shark Hole in St. Philip. Now, a lot of times there's no sand here right up to those 3 rocks you're seeing there on the beach. And a lot of time here is very, very deep. These gentlemen are now standing in just about waist deep of water going under chest. And that's because it's low tide and there's a lot of sand built up. But please don't get fooled by this here. Don't think that when you come here that this is what you're going to find all the time. Because we're on the eastern side. So out here is affected by winds, by swells, by all the elements, by the tides, everything. So please be very wary when you're coming up here. I cannot say that enough times because I have seen people run into some serious difficulties out here before in the past, and I've also heard of a couple of drownings that have happened out here, and there were people that were fairly knowledgeable. But remember, a lot of people that come to the ocean here don't even know really how to swim, and that's the truth. A lot of Bajans that go to like Bronx Beach and stuff really don't know how to swim. You know, they go in the water, they go to waist and chest deep of water. So even teenagers, you find them come up here, they may want to swim out to that outside rock, get hit by a current, and they're gone down through here. So just be careful, please. We always say, you know, a rose is one of the most beautiful flowers, but there are thorns all around it. So just be wary of those underlying threats. It has been a beautiful day with you all again. It's difficult to say goodbye because, you know, I feel as though I've only just started the week. But, you know, this is how it's supposed to be. God has blessed me with life today to come and, you know, enjoy this scenery and bring this beauty to you so that you can enjoy some of Barbados with me, no matter what your climatic conditions are. Right now, I'm sure you're feeling just peaceful and warm and cuddly, and your spirit and your soul must be at peace, because I know you're tapping into the memories that you've had while you were here in Barbados. So what I'm going to do right here now, get a little bit closer so I can take in a little bit more of the shark hole. I'm going to give you all that 360 that I know a lot of you all are probably asking for. Haven't seen it on screen, but I know you all are probably asking for it. So here we go, our 360 of shark hole, parish of St. Philip. And it's going to be done quietly, folks. Enjoy. Seeing these folks in the water, I am so sorry we can't get a signal down there, but I know for sure we will lose it as soon as we hit that beach. So I don't want to take the chance today and spoil what is probably, hopefully, a lovely vlog. If you're on the island of Barbados, whether you're a Barbadian, part-time Bajan, a visitor, vacationer, whatever you want to term yourself, please, I encourage you to go outdoors this morning and enjoy some of the beauty that surrounds you, some of what Barbados is made up of. Don't just lay on your beach. If you want to lay on your beach, well, by all means do so. But I encourage you to do both. Maybe you can go early in the morning before it gets too warm, do a little exploring, and then come back in and stay some time on the beach, or maybe vice versa, take some time on the beach when it's a little cooler, and then when it gets hot, hop in your vehicle and take a spin around the island and enjoy some of this beauty. Because Barbados has so much to offer. You know, anyone that thinks that Barbados is tired, it's worn out, and that you can't find new things to do, well, they're joking. Take that from a 60-year-old man who's explored this coastline, every piece of the coastline now, every beach, and most of the intersection, I would say majority of the intersection of the island. So I will tell you all that every time I go to these places, it almost feels new to me, because every day I go, the climatic conditions are different, everything is a little different, and you feel the peace and the love all over the place. So for each and every one of you all that are not here now, I would like to say that remember, today is Saturday. Today will be finished soon, and it'll be one day closer to you actually being in Barbados. So every day that passes is a day that's closer for you to be here. For all of you all Bajans that are living overseas that haven't been home for a little while, you know, I really feel sorry for you and the fact that your heart's here. But remember, there are people that are actually not Bajan that feel the same way about you. Whether they don't come to Barbados, they go into fits of depression, because this is the place that keeps their serenity. This is the place that they reward themselves with for working an entire year so they can get back here, see their friends, and see the beautiful island that they call home. Have a great day, everyone. I love you all. I am the Bajan warrior. We all know what that warrior represents. It's a warrior, one of God's warriors, to bring peace, happiness, kindness, love, care, everything that's positive in this world to all those that are around me. And whenever I give it away, I get it back. So I give you love, I feel the love. I give you care, I have that freedom. There are the freedoms I did not have at one time, because I never gave love freely. I used to always give it to those around me that I felt love about. I love everyone now. So the entire world has become my family and my friend, until you do something that makes you say, well, you're maybe not my family, you're just a friend. But I still love you because you're one of God's children. Have a great day, everyone. Please be safe today. Remember, whatever you need to do to keep yourself safe, whatever you need to do to get through today with a smile and to protect yourself for tomorrow, just do so. We are going to live today. We're going to enjoy every second and every minute of this day, what we're going to plan for tomorrow. Because why? We all have to have dreams. And if we don't have dreams, then we start to lose all of the things that we want. And that is the pleasures in life that we can get and the joys we can get from God. So everyone, enjoy yourselves. I'm over and out for now. Hope you had a great day. Sorry for the delay again. It didn't seem to have upset the comment slingers too much. They were informed. I will be responding to you all later on today. I will be sharing my love and my care with you, as you all know I will be, as soon as I get home. And I will certainly be having my laughter and sometimes having my tear as well, because sometimes I see some things that are a little bit sad. But anyhow, I love you all, and I'm thinking of you all. I wish you all the best in life, and God's sparing life. I will see you all on Monday morning, where we will continue our adventures. Have a great time. Greetings from Barbados.